Greetings, friends, and welcome to a lesson looking at the parts of polygons. Yeah, polygons. Hey, maybe you could go find a regular polygon somewhere in your house that you could trace to a piece of paper for this lesson. And remember, regular polygons have all the same sides. They're all equal, so bring a ruler. But, in case that's a little bit challenging, I've also supplied you with several different polygons on the drive. And this one is a hexagon, 6 sides. Now, for this work, you'll of course need your ruler, you'll need some groovy colored pencils, and you will need a compass. This is sort of important because, well, this one should be pretty easy, but, well, you'll see in just a moment. Okay, so here it is, a beautiful hexagon. It's amazing, but let's find the area of it. Remember, it's contained by the sides. Let's fill in that area with something magnificent. Here we go. All right, look at that delicious looking hexagon. Let's label that area. How cool. And let's find another color for this next part because all polygons have multiple sides and vertices. But let's label those sides first. And there's a label for that beautiful side as well. One of these sides might be special, especially if it's on the bottom. We would call it the base. Let's go ahead and label a base. Fantastic. It's pretty nice, right? Now, a hexagon has even sides. It's pretty cool that they're right across from each other. So that makes this next part very easy. Well, first, go ahead and mark each vertex with something cool. Now, take your straight edge and connect each vertex to the opposite vertex. Choose a cool color to make each of these what we're going to call diagonals. Fun, fun, fun. We split it up like a piece of pie, right? Okay, go ahead and label one of those diagonals. And you know what? These diagonals actually helped us find something else. Where they all cross, we've created a new point, a center point. Go ahead and circle or decorate that center point and label it. It's extremely useful because it's going to help us find something else. Now, before we find that thing, I want you to look at this little section of line right here. From that vertex to the center point is actually something you might have seen before in a circle. Go ahead and grab yourself another colored pencil and decorate just one of these radii, or in the singular, radius. How rad! Now, the radius is pretty cool. It actually bisects this vertex. This angle is bisected or cut in half perfectly by the radius. But there's something else we can find here, and it's called an apothem. It's a little bit difficult to find unless you have a perfectly wonderful even polygon. We do. So I want you to take your ruler and measure one of these sides. It could be one that we haven't really done much yet with. I've got just a little over 3 inches. 3 inches and 2/16. So I need to have half of that, and I want to mark that point. And there it is right there. That's called the midpoint. And it's going to help us draw an apothem. So grab yourself a very cool color. This looks pretty nice. Connect your midpoint to your center point. And the mighty apothem will appear. And those are the parts of a polygon. But you know, without a title, no one would know that. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And you could go ahead and keep decorating this, or I've got something else to show you. Because, you know, this is a really nice polygon with even sides. It was easy to find things. But what if we had something like this pentagon? You know, part of the way we were able to find that center point was because our diagonals went from vertex to vertex, but we can't do that on this one. That wouldn't give us the same kind of diagonal. How would we find our center point? Well, remember I said you're going to need a compass? Now's the time to get that out. I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to show you how to bisect an angle, or cut it in half. So why don't we choose one of the angles? You know, that one looks pretty good right there. Go ahead and take your compass and set it. Not too much, just enough to get a little bit away from that vertex. Go ahead and, without changing it, make a mark on each side connected to that vertex. So you should have 2 little marks like that. Leaving your compass set exactly the way it is. Take the point of the compass and put it on one of those marks and make a line like this. Pretty good sized curvy line. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other mark we made and make a line. And what you'll see is an area where they meet, where they cross. Pretty cool, right? Go ahead and make a line from that vertex straight through that cross right to the other side. Oh, and of course, using your straight edge or ruler. Fantastic. So you bisected that angle, and you actually just went straight through the center point, which we can't quite see yet, to the midpoint on the other side, and that might come in handy as well. Ooh, let's try the other ones and see if we can find that center point. All right, you can already see that center point is starting to show up for us. It's pretty cool. And maybe with all this bisecting knowledge, you'd like to go and check out how to bisect angles too. But there's another way that you can find the center point on an uneven polygon. Well, if you're still interested, I have other polygons for you, like this fantastic decagon. Or maybe you'd like to find the center point on a heptagon or a nonagon. Well, friends, whether your adventures may take you, let's get to area at some point soon, too. See you there.